Welcome everyone to this Reynaers Impact Academy. My name is Dominique Schake. I'm CMO at the Reynaers Group. I'm responsible for the international marketing team, and I'm really pleased to introduce you today to what is the Impact Academy about. As you know, at the beginning of the year, we've refreshed our mission statement. A mission statement says what a company wants to do and what strategic choices it makes. We really focus to embed sustainability into it as a strategic choice. Because what we want to do is improve the living and working for now, but also for the generations to come. And all of this by actually inspiring our partners to create sustainable buildings. We've also focused on sustainability when introducing our new values. One of the values is caring. Caring means that we act responsibly. It means that we act with the long term and also the broader impact in mind. And all of this brings us to introduce today a new program, a sustainability program that is named Reynaers Act. Sustainability isn't new to our company, but we found the time right to bring a holistic approach. We've also reached a first important milestone. We are ready with our first corporate sustainability report. We will release this in October, and today we really want to take the time to introduce it to you so that you have the first view on it, that you know what is inside, so that afterwards you can also go and promote with us. The Reynaers Act consists out of 4 pillars. The first pillar is sustainable buildings. As a company, we want to contribute to build more sustainably. Second is about circular products. It's our job to develop circular products in order to make sure that we can close the loop. The third is about reducing our ecological footprint. This is all about how we actually contribute to climate change. And the last one is to be a caring company, because this can only be achieved with good people and with having our communities around us in mind. We know that sustainability is a hot topic outside. Many people are talking about it. Yet it's a difficult topic because it's one that will involve a long-term commitment. So it also means that we want to do that via a fact-based communication. That's why every pillar we will introduce to you a fact. A fact means what is happening outside of us, what's externally relevant. Then we will actually say what is the impact. The impact is the ambition to us, to Reynaers. How actually can we in the long term contribute? It will be a step-by-step approach, but where do we want to go in the long run? And then we will go into deeper details on the Act. The Act is the actions, the projects that we have today that we are working on in order to step-by-step reach the impact. So in this first episode today, we will be actually talking about the overall sustainability framework, the Reynaers Act program, and we will also zoom into a caring company. Caring company, we will do that together with Christel van Portel, but first I want to talk with you about the overall sustainability program. And for that, I invite Ken Wright to the floor. Ken, you are the Corporate Sustainability Manager at Reynaers. This must be a big moment for you. You've been working together with a lot of sustainability experts the last year about the program, and today we are releasing this. So can you explain maybe a bit more what is your role and also what does sustainability mean for you, both private or professionally?
As my function here, I think the easiest way how to explain is together with all the people involved, we try to create like some kind of sustainability wave, let's say it like that, that we want to switch the mindset of the company towards a more sustainable one, and that we will work together on projects today, but even in the future. Personally, I think sustainability means a lot to me because I'm a father of 2 very small children, 6 months and 3 years old. So it makes me think, for example, in 30 years' time, when we're around mid-century, so 2050, they will be around 30. And if they think about having children, I would very much regret it that one of the reasons not to take children is the fact that the world is right now or then in a very bad place. So I feel a bit honored that today in my function I can work on a better place via Reynaers, let's say it like that.
Okay. Well, as a mother of 2 toddlers, I recognize myself, and I'm also really happy that we can introduce Reynaers Act. I took already a short introduction of the 4 pillars, but maybe can you explain them a little bit more?
Yes, of course, we can start with the first one. So let's contribute to more sustainable buildings. Again, we are working with fact and ambition. The fact is that around 35% of the global energy goes to buildings. So to be more sustainable in the future, we'll have to lower this energy impact. And as Reynaers, with our products, we can make an impact. So what we are planning to do in the near future is, for example, to extend the number of certified products, passive house Minergy, for example. When it comes to BIM modeling, that will integrate the right sustainable information. For example, that our partners can make the right decisions or can adapt even before the building has been built. So that's the time to make changes. And last but not least is that we have to educate all our partners involved because we are not the ones who will put our products in a building. This will be someone else. So that's why we have to educate or train them as well that they have the right information and tools how to do it. Secondly is on product level that we want to create more circular products. Why do we have to do this? Again, the fact is that 47% of the overall consumption of materials by weight goes to the building sector. We can imagine in the future that this is not sustainable. Yeah. So we can't always use or keep using new products. So again, we'll have to find some circular way that old products can go back into the loop. So how we will or we want to do or create an impact is, for example, to come up with product passports. Okay. So that, for example, in 50 years' time, people know which kind of material is in our products and how to dismantle them so that we can optimize the flow or to optimize the material back into the loop. Already now we are looking like which components do we have to get out of our product. So again, in the future that it will be more easy to dismantle our products. And we want to go to the highest standards in circularity. By this we want to again increase the number of products that have a cradle-to-cradle certification.
Okay. Well, if I read this, there is already a lot that we can do, both on products and buildings. I understood that we will also go even further as a company. So can you explain the other 2 pillars?
So the first one is indeed, let us reduce our ecological footprint. It's all have to do with CO2 reduction. The fact is we are at code red for humanity. So we have to act now. How we want to do this is via science-based targets that we want to reduce our CO2 emissions of our operations, that's one thing, but also of the materials that we source, that there we want to lower our CO2 impact as well. And last but not least is that we want to keep investing in the environmental management systems. So the ISO standards, for example, again, that we can embed all the CO2 reduction systems within our organization. And the last pillar is about people. The fact is that sustainable human resource management focuses on 3 different pillars, which is productivity, engagement, and physical and mental health. So if you focus on this, you have good employees who want to go the extra mile. So what we want to do with our employees is, for example, that we want to increase the number of trainings. We want to create programs around well-being, but also being a family company, we want to give back to society as well.
Okay. That sounds all very ambitious. At the moment, it's a little bit of loose ends in my mind. Is there a way that we can bring this together in a more strategic way? Yeah,
indeed. When you look at this image, so we try to summarize all different pillars in one strategy, let's say it like that. So at the left-hand side, you see what we are doing as a company, and we want to have an impact on the right-hand side. So as a company, we want to be a caring company, so we want to have the right and good employees. Of course, we are an engineering company, so in our product design from the start, we want to integrate as much as sustainable information or way of working as possible. And we have to create a product, so we want to have a green sourcing strategy as well. At the right-hand side, you see sustainable buildings. So our products will come in buildings and will have an impact, for example, on energy efficiency. But again, we don't put our own products into the building, so we have partners in between. These partners we have to educate as well, that they know how to, or which products to use, how to use them in order to get energy efficiency. Okay, the building has been built. After 15 years, it will be demolished. But because of our sustainable product design, we want to make sure that this assembly process goes as smooth as possible, that as much as possible materials get back into the loop. So this is called circular economy. But as the situation is right now, there is just not enough of recycled materials available. So again, we'll have to get new materials into the loop as well. But here we want to make sure that there we can take the lowest CO2 possible products that we can offer to our customers.
Okay, I understand. It's very clear. The only question that I do have is that it requires a lot of disciplines. I mean, you need R&D, you need operations. You also need your management to be along. You need all employees to move into this direction. How are you going to govern all of this?
So we put in place a rather big governance structure, let's say it like that, to start with the sustainability board. If you look at the kind of people which reside in the sustainability board, we are talking about CEO, heads of marketing, for example, heads of R&D, heads of operation, and heads of sales. The advantage is that when there are opportunities or when there are problems, they can look from different angles at the highest level to this opportunity or project and make a decision on it. Every pillar has its own project lead or manager. So they are really the experts about this field, let's say it like that. And they are leading all the projects within every pillar. They are really the experts. And then there is a group of program management, so a program management team where I am residing, for example, and we want to make the information flow as smooth as possible, for example, between the project leaders and the sustainability board. And that's the way how we try to embed the project or the program within the whole organization.
Okay. And we will be talking to the experts of every field. So the next episodes, we will also get to meet who is leading each of these pillars. That's very interesting. What I'm still wondering is, okay, this is how we organize ourselves internally, but how are we sure that whatever we do is externally relevant? I heard that we did do some analysis on how do we compare with the sustainable development goals by the United Nations. Can you explain a bit more about this?
Yes, maybe a bit of history first. I think in 2015, the United Nations, they were like, okay, the world as such is going in a bad direction. We want to pinpoint a certain number of topics where we have to increase or do better. The idea behind this is that countries, the member states of the United Nations will act on this, but more and more we see that the SDGs are becoming like a guiding compass for companies as well. Nevertheless, we took them into account when coming up with our holistic strategy. When you look at the first four at the top, actually it's all about people. So I think within our pillar of to be a caring company, we have projects which will have an impact on these four. But when we look at the other four, so for example, sustainable cities, of course, with our pillar with how can we contribute to more sustainable buildings, it will have an impact on number 11. Responsible consumption, of course, it's all about circularity, so that we have covered as well. For example, when we look at number 13, it's about climate action with our science-based targets approach that we want to lower our CO2 emissions. Of course, this has a direct impact on climate action. And then the last one is number 17. To be honest, this is an SDG that is often forgotten because everyone is looking at their own thing, but actually we need partners in this. Sustainability is something you cannot resolve on your own. And as Reynaers, we're doing this as well, that we making partnerships with external parties that they can give us the right direction, information and so on, and that we can act on this.
That's very clear. Ken, I would like to thank you for your time today. It was very brief but good explanation of what Reynaers Act stands for. I'm sure there will be many more questions, but people will know where to find you. So in this episode, we will also go into more details about the caring company. And for that, we've invited Christel van Bortel on stage. Welcome, Christel. Christel is our head of HR. I will first take you through a little bit where we are in the program, and then we will continue with some more conversations. So we are now on the orange side of the Reynaers Act, which is caring company. And caring company is all about the heart of Reynaers Group. It's about our employees, about the community as well around Reynaers Group. And for that, I'm excited, Christel, to have you here. Welcome.
Thank you.
So can you explain a bit what is your role and also what does sustainability mean to you?
Yes, for sure. My name is Christel and I'm head of HR for the Reynaers Group. Sustainability is, of course, more than reducing your carbon footprint. Don't get me wrong, the environmental aspect is really important, but sustainability for our employees is equally important. It's about improving their work life, their quality of life, and that we do by make sure that they feel respected, that they don't feel discriminated, so that they can look forward to a lifelong employability within our company.
Okay, that sounds very good. I've already introduced that we will always introduce the pillars via fact, impact, act. So also for this first pillar, I will start with a fact. According to the Antwerp Management School, sustainable human resource management is about 3 pillars: productivity, engagement, physical and mental health. Can you explain a bit what is our company's ambition with regards to this?
Yes, Reynaers Group wants to be a true caring company. By doing that, we are focusing on lifelong learning, we are focusing on personal growth, and we take care of the personal and the mental health of our employees. By doing that, we offer them lifelong employability.
Okay, that's of course our long-term ambition.
Yes.
We also have some acts associated with these, which are very concrete projects. The first one is about this lifelong learning, personal growth. Maybe can you explain a bit more what is behind this act?
Yes, for sure. We all know the challenges that we have currently these times. It's a real war for talent.
Yes.
So we need to make sure that we continuously reskill and retrain ourselves. So that's what we also offer to our employees, a lifelong learning and personal growth, of course. So on the one hand, we have training centers within our Reynaers Group. You know them.
Yes, we have here the training center in Duffel.
Correct.
So both for employees but also customers with the practical hands-on trainings.
Yes, indeed. But besides these practical product trainings, we also have a broad mix of soft skill trainings for all our employees available.
Okay. I think that's very important, and it will definitely also move a bit into the second act. So that's about growing together. So what is more into this act?
Yes, we love to hear from our employees in an informal way, but also in a formal way.
Yes.
So every 2 years, since 2008, we do an employee engagement survey.
Okay,
so
that is the Together for the Best study.
Correct,
Okay.
indeed. That's the Together for the Best study. And every time we had positive ratings as an outcome from that survey.
Yes.
So, but we are taking this really serious because we are always defining action plans that we follow up every year.
And when is the next edition of the Together for the Best?
Of course, the next edition is in 2023.
Ah, that's very soon.
Yes, indeed.
So you will have my input.
Thank you.
So number 3 and number 4 in terms of acts, I know they're within your pillar, but they're a bit broader in terms of responsibility. But can you explain us a bit what Reynaers Group does with regards to safety?
Yes, Of course, safety at the workplace is a #1 priority, that's for sure. Not only for top management,
Yes.
but for every employee. We need to work with the highest safety standard possible. Yes. We do that, of course, we have our ISO 45001 certification. We had that the first time in 2018, and now we have our renewal in 2022.
Okay,
Yes.
good news.
That's, of course, good news. But it's not only about the certification, it's about the mindset that we have with our employees. Yes, so we have 2 concrete actions. We have set up a team of safety champions who are looking to best practices, but also to implement all types of improvement actions. Yes, but on the other hand, we have also developed a safety dashboard.
Okay.
Yes, there we report all the incidents in order to learn from.
Okay.
We use it really as a learning tool.
Okay, okay. And then the 4th act, it's Reynaers for Community. And this is more an initiative driven by the family. So do you know a bit more about this?
Yes, this is really actually not for me, because this is really the responsibility of the Reynaers family. They want to take care for the community, and they want to support local initiatives.
Okay.
They do that in a financial way, but also through the expertise of our employees. It's a really nice effort that they're doing there.
Yeah, I also heard that they did like a tender for projects. So now there are 4 projects selected where they will indeed support like training towards work in order to actually have everyone reach the workplace. So that's a very good initiative. Crystal, I would like to thank you for your time today.
Welcome.
It has been very insightful. It's a long list of actions. I look forward to the future to learn more about them. And with this, we are concluding our first episode of the Impact Academy. Today, we focused on the Reynaers Act program as itself, so on the holistic program. We deep dived already a little bit into Caring Company. In the next episode, we will dedicate each episode to a specific topic. The next up is how to contribute to more sustainable buildings. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.